If you've ever been to your local shooting range or shooting with a friend and they pull something like this out of the gun case and you instantly get set up envy, just complete jealousy and rage that your rifle doesn't look as cool as theirs, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Love giving you guys these in-depth gear review videos, and today's no different. And shout out to the fine folks over at MDT. They have absolutely hooked a build up here. This Savage went from zero to hero really quick with this brand new chassis, and I'm going to walk you through the entire build process of this brand new MDT XRS chassis for the Savage 110 short action platform. So let's get after it. All right, guys, without further ado, obviously you guys have seen this build on the channel before. This is my Savage 110 Carbon Tactical, which we have already shot out to 1,000 yards, no problem. But I wanted to take it up a notch to the next level. Not so much that I'm shooting PRS or competitions, but I wanted to have the ultimate mix between a hunting rifle, a bench gun, 1,000-yard gun, whatever I wanted to do with this complete platform, I could absolutely do it. So the easiest way to go is to go ahead and ditch the factory stock, which is actually not even that bad. It was a great stock. I think it's called the Accu stock by Savage. It has a full-length aluminum pillar bed in there. Does take AICS magazines, which this one does as well. Go ahead and pull this one out here. This one is a Magpul brand. And you guys who are a fan of MDT products, you'll notice that, hey, man, the XRS doesn't come in this badass like peanut butter coyote color. What the hell's going on? And you're exactly right, because it got shipped to me in a matte black finish. I think the options were either matte black or their version of a flat dark earth FDE color. It just wasn't up to my standard. I love this peanut butter, like a coyote tan color. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous on everything. I have it on my ARs. I have it on my, obviously, this rifle here. Painted the magazine to match up here as well. So as you guys see here in the video that we've got, that's what the gun looked like originally, which was totally fine. I like the Accu stock pretty well. And then after the paint job, and shout out to Rapco Paints. They are not a sponsor. I pay for every expensive can of this that I buy, which is actually like a rattle can format, so it's super easy for you guys to figure out. But Rapco Paints will change the game in how you coat stuff. It's almost like a Cerakote, the way it sets up. You got to give it 4 or 5 days to air cure, and it's crazy. So diving right into the Savage build, there's my Savage 110 Carbon Tactical. It comes from the factory with a proof research barrel. And I mean, honestly, that proof barrel is literally crazy. We just passed over the 100-round mark a couple weeks ago, so I would say by now it's thoroughly broken in with all type of Hornady, Plinken ammo, trophy ammo. I've killed a couple deer with it in this configuration. I liked it. I like it so far. And it's got the removable cheek risers back there. I've got it on the highest one. That's a criticism I've had from some of these forums and other people that are building, long-range builds, especially in this, like a 6.5 Creedmoor, is my scope was a little bit too high. But for me, like I said, it fits me perfect. I like having my head up a little bit higher. There you'll see the AICS magazine release. It's kind of, it's so-so. I like the release on the MDT chassis a lot better. It's a lot stiffer. And you'll see here, now you're going to want to go ahead and buy you some of these Torx bit extensions. It's going to make your life extremely, extremely easier. We're using the Fix-It Sticks again. Yet again, the Fix-It Sticks rifle complete kit saves the freaking day. I'm going to use the Torx bit to go ahead and get that thing out of there, and I'm going to go ahead and use a Wheeler torque wrench itself to go ahead and torque it down to, I believe, between 55 and 60 inch-pounds is what this stock calls for. So I'm finding the right Torx bit there, getting that all squared away out of the original stock. Now we're going to go ahead and do a pre-fit or dry fit run. Now the cool thing about the MDT stock is they really have thought of everything in the XRS. Both of the front and rear action screws are captured, and they come with the gun. So there's no way you have to keep up with your factory stuff. Now, what I did, obviously, is I will put the factory action screws, the front and rear, back into the stock and put that into storage for, whenever, but I don't want to lose those. But the cool thing is the XRS comes with those captured. There's no way they're falling out. So there we are. We're going to go ahead and torque this thing down with the Wheeler torque wrench and get the proper torque spec there for you. Super, super easy to do. I went ahead and ran that thing up to 60 pounds, 60 inch-pounds. Now, the cool thing about this stock as well, it comes with 2 different styles of grips. I like the flatter, more vertical grip. I like it hunting. I like it bench shooting. I like it on a tripod. It fits my hand really good. I got some big hands, and went ahead and put some blue Loctite there and just snugged those in. You know, nothing crazy, nothing Gorilla Torque on there at all. And then also the biggest thing is length of pull is huge on this stock. I think I used every single spacer except the last one. So I think I've got every single spacer, the original butt pad, and then I took one spacer out. And then you've got the adjustable cheek riser, which is something that I'm dialing in here. So we're going to go ahead and open the garage, get some daylight through this glass, this Burris Veracity PH. It's an absolute blast to shoot. But we're going to go ahead and get some real daylight through there and get a real world scenario going on the cheek rest, cheek riser, whatever you want to call it. It's adjustable on the fly. It has manual knobs on the shooter's right side, and it is oh man, to have that adjustment just with you anywhere you want, with completely not having to have a tool in the tool bag, the range bag, is literally incredible. And we get the perfect fit there. And yeah, I just can't say enough about how this stock can be completely personalized to the way that you like to shoot. It's awesome. So guys, with all that said, this thing really came to life with this XRS chassis. Like I said, I'm going to shout out right here, Rapco paint. A lot of guys don't understand what I'm talking about when I mention that. That's the biggest thing. I love the color of this. I love that no one else has one like this. Well, until you guys see the video. But right here is what it looks like. It's literally a rattle can of paint, and they have a plethora of colors, but it's what the military uses to touch up military equipment like Humvees, pieces of artillery, you know, trailers. It's a really tough industrial style paint, so you got to really prep really well. So I took some Scotch-Brite, some sandpaper, and I buffed this thing out real good just to give it a little bit of texture to stick to. Made sure it was completely clean, and then I went ahead and sprayed that. I wish I'd have filmed that, but I was trying to get it done in a rush. So I did a couple coats of this. I let it sit for almost a week, a complete week in a nice room temperature area where no one was going to be around it, and it came out incredible. This thing is not like a spray paint, and it has no nasty sticky texture. It reminds you of a complete coating, like a Cerakote. Now, it's not going to be good for stuff like rubber grips or this butt pad, so be mindful of that. Anything plastic, synthetic, metal, stuff like that, it's going to be sick for. But the biggest thing about this stock is it gives you so much more capability. So I don't know if you guys can pick this up, but I've got a piece of ARCA rail section here because the bottom of the forend has a M-LOK. So M-LOK is the universal standard for all types of accessories. It does come with sling studs, which are super nice because I can go ahead and add this Savage bipod here. Now this thing has been absolutely great so far. I can cinch this thing up. I can do whatever I want to with it, get it level. I can go shooting all day, complete comfort there. I can tilt it left or right if I'm on some uneven surfaces, and it just is so nice to have in the arsenal. And it goes along with the rest of the Savage theme. Now you guys will see here on the end, I've got the Savage AC30 can, which is great. I usually shoot my Silent AF Vigilantis. I like that on this setup better, but it's currently resting on my Cody gun, so didn't get it out for the video. But I've got the Cold Tack wrap. I've got the Savage AC30. I've got the Proof Research carbon barrel. I wish I could find the twist rate for you, but it's the standard pre-fit proof carbon barrel that comes from this factory on the 110 carbon. I've got it topped with this really nice piece of glass. This is the Burris Veracity PH, the 4x20, 50 millimeter. This thing is it makes my job as a shooter that much easier. It's got a heads-up display in here, and if you haven't watched our 1,000 yard video taking a stock gun to 1,000 yards, it could not have been easier with this gun. You get your dope set up, you push it to the Burris Connect app, you get all your stuff here. The mechanical zero, it's got a zero stop built into the top turret, and like I said, it's got the heads-up display in the glass back here in the ocular lens. It makes it so easy. If you want to hold at 350, you dial to 350 and you hold that on, and you're there. So it's like I said, this piece of glass makes it easy. This Accu trigger right here, I've got it dialed down to the lowest setting. I think it's right at 1.8 pounds, something like that. It's crispy. Like if you're going to pull that trigger, you better have done all your homework. You're breathing, you're holding, and squeeze light because it's going off. Got a tang safety. I like that for the hunting aspect of it. Now I have taken 3 deer with this year that you can see in a previous video as well. But I've got the Arkin These are the medium height rings. I could have went low, but I like the clearance here on my barrel, and then I also like having my head up a little bit higher on the gun. It's more comfortable for me. I hate being hunkered down behind a scope trying to shoot. It just feels more comfortable for me to be a little bit more heads up, that type of thing. Personal preference there. I've got the vertical grip installed. There is a smaller, slimmer grip for you guys that have tiny baby fingers. You can use that as well. Like I said, the ACS pattern magazines. This is a standard mag pull. ACS mag goes in here as easy as you please. Locks in, obviously painted to match. We're no rookies here. I've got my cheek riser adjusted in my setting, and I've got it marked here so I don't forget that. And like I said, length of pull. You've got QD sockets here on the end. So if you want to use that, I believe there's a QD socket here on the bottom of this M-LOK as well. So like I said, guys, just a complete overhaul of an already great rifle. Took it up to the next level. It is that much more comfortable to shoot, and it's one of my favorite guns to go out and shoot all of this Hornady ammunition, even some hand loads. But yeah, man, guys, go check out MDT chassis. It is incredible what they'll do to your gun, your setup, and it'll get you out on the bench, get you out on the range more often, and that's the goal here, guys. So if you liked the video, check out some other content. Let me know what you thought. We are going to take this back out to that range at Spencer, the Dead Zero Shooting Park, and we're going to stretch this thing back out to 1,000 and see exactly the difference, maybe in the grouping as well, of this stock chassis swap here. So, guys, thanks for tuning in the video. I appreciate you guys as always. Leave me a comment. You guys are blowing it up lately. I've had a YouTube short go about 5 million views, and I gained about 2,500 subs in about 3 days. So I couldn't have done that without you guys, and I appreciate everything you guys do, the comments, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. If you haven't, check the channel out. The other videos are great. That's all I got, guys. Go get your gun out, dust it off, get it ready, dial it in, put some accessories on it, and go shoot, and we'll catch you on the next one.